All right, shalom, shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakar Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, all the men, the women, and the children who follow. So, you can see the title of the lesson, and it's really speaking about, you correcting yourself, okay? Um, And Lord's word is going to be edifying, so we just going to jump right into it, okay? But we'll try to get Hebrews 4 and 12.
Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12, it says, "For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword."
Yeah, it says that the word is quick, powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, okay? A two-edged sword is a blade that is sharp on both sides. So, yeah, it can definitely cut an enemy, but it can also cut you as well. And we know the word, matter of fact, you get that one precept that we were talking about, the word is good for correction and
This is Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "All scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness."
yeah, man. So when you're using the word, a lot of times we tend to, want to correct others or get other people in line. But like the brother Rai Bamaf in our camp says, the head brother of our camp, this word has to be filtered through you. And we've all, had a time where we heard the scripture or a brother was speaking and it hit home. And you're like, it's talking to me. This spirit, the spirit is speaking to me right now. All right, and you cut yourself. But as you can see, the title of the lesson, you can't keep cutting yourself, or else you're gonna bleed out. Okay, so I want to get this. There's a medical term for it. You want to get this?
It says, bleeding out medical term, exsanguination is blood loss to such a degree that the person bleeding dies. It is also known as bleeding out and bleeding to death.
Yeah, man. So you can only lose so much blood. All right, there's only so much that the human body can take before it's over, and that's how it is in this truth, man. We don't know how much grace we have. We don't know how much mercy the Lord has had upon us. So when you're hearing these scriptures and you're hearing these men of the Lord speak, and through the Spirit you're cutting yourself, all right, you're gonna have to heal that wound. You're gonna have to make up for it. Okay, you're gonna have to um, change a character flaw about you or whatever it is that you got cut by. You're gonna have to make that right. That's a change that has to be made in your life. Okay, and when I say you, I'm starting with me first because, like I said, this filters. You have to filter the word through yourself. So, and I've cut myself many of times. So so speaking of me, when I'm in a situation that I need to, or that I hear a scripture and it cuts me, hey, that's just me identifying a flaw within myself that I need to fix, a shortcoming that I need to bridge the gap in. Okay. Um, let's get this right here.
It says, "What is the death of a thousand cuts?" It says, meaning, if something is suffering the death of a thousand cuts, or death by a thousand cuts, lots of small bad things are happening, none of which are fatal in themselves, but which add up.
Yeah, it might not be, one big thing. You might not be a murderer, but you might procrastinate. You know, something small, something you may not see as a big deal. But go ahead.
It says, none of which are fatal in themselves, but which add up to a slow and painful demise.
Yeah, man, all the little things add up, man. The human or everything is made of atoms, right? An atom is the smallest particle that there is. But look at somebody like Andre the Giant. That's a big human, but he's made of very small atoms. That thing which is very small, when you multiply it, it'll add up. So when you are, so when I'll say when we're going through our daily lives, and we have these character flaws or these things that we might see as minuscule, they'll compound. Matter of fact, let's get that word compound.
God. The etymology on it.
Yeah.
The word compound in the etymology, it says to put together, to mix, to combine, to join, couple together, arrange, direct. Reading on, it says literally from com with together to paneer to place, so to place together.
Yeah, so it's gonna come. It's gonna put together. It's gonna add one on top of another, on top of another, on top of another.
It's gonna add up.
It's gonna add up. You know. So you can't just keep cutting yourself. You can't just keep thinking that it's okay for you to be the same person. All right. We have to evolve in the sense of becoming a better man. We all now righteousness is our righteousness is as filthy rags, of course. But there has to be like they say the straw that broke the camel's back. There has to be a quote coming to Yahweh Shai moment. You know when you say, "Man, I can't take this no more, man. I don't want to be a loser no more," or "I can't keep falling in the same ditch. I have to do something about it." Now, as far as it said, this death of a thousand cuts, we're gonna get this Sirach 19.
This is Sirach chapter 19 and verse 1. A laboring man that is given to drunkenness shall not be rich, but he that contemneth small things shall fall by little and little.
Yeah, man, you keep putting these small things off, you're gonna fall little by little, and next thing you know, you're out of the truth. You're gonna keep cutting yourself a small nick there, a small nick there, and you're not worried about it. You're a big, strong guy. You can take it. But hey, man, it's gonna compound. It's gonna add up, and next thing you know, you're gonna bleed out, and you're out the truth. Your spiritual life is gone. All right. Um. Yeah, we can go ahead and get this Second Corinthians.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. It says, examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own
Yeah,
selves.
man, we gotta examine our own ourselves. Am I really in the truth? You gotta look at your actions. You gotta dissect your day. You know, what am I good at? What am I bad at? All right. What do I excel at? What do I fall at? What do I need to work on? You got to know your own self. You know, I mean, because the only person is two people that may know you better than you, and that's the Most High and Satan. But other than that, you know you better than anybody. You know what you're good at. You know your lights. You know what you're bad at. You know what you need to work on. You got to know your own self and accept yourself for who you are. Because we all fuck up, but that don't mean that we are fuck ups. We all have committed sin, but that don't make you wicked. You were wicked for that moment, maybe. You may have been a hoe ass nigga for that moment, but that don't make you a hoe ass nigga. The fact that you feel like a hoe ass nigga in that moment makes you different. Now, if you continue in your hoe ass nigga ism, or continue in those works, then hey, then you're gonna declare who you are. But we strive for righteousness. So yeah, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep running, man. A righteous man falls 7 times, but guess what? He gets back up. He don't stay down. So as you're hearing these scriptures come out, all right, when you're hearing these great men speak, and you're being, as it says back in Hebrews, you know, being cut to the soul and the spirit, Okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna read it in the NLT.
Hebrews 4 and 12 in the NLT. For the word of the Most High is alive and powerful. It is sharper than the sharpest two-edged sword, cutting between soul and spirit, between joint and marrow.
Yeah, man. So when His word hits you, it hits you. It hits you. All right. It'll go down to your soul and to your spirit, to the deepest. Keep going, Baba Shah.
It exposes our innermost thoughts and desires.
To the innermost man. It's going to expose you. All right, because the law is black and white, very black and white. Either you're in the righteous zone or the wicked zone. There's no gray area. So the law is going to declare who you are in that moment. Okay, and we just got to keep winning more moments in the righteous area than the wicked. But like I said before, we don't know how much rope we got. We don't know how much grace we have. That's why when you hear that scripture come out and it cuts you, hey, you got to go to surgery. You got to sew that up. You need to get the stitches, which is what identifying what your issue is, identifying the situation that you get yourself in, that you fall in that situation, and what you can do to not fall. How can you avoid this situation? And it's a lot easier said than done. Just speaking from experience. You know, we all have good intentions, but they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Actions. We have to put actions behind our words and our intentions.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 22. It says, but be doers of the word and not hearers only.
Yeah, man, be a doer of the word and not just a hearer. Put action behind your thoughts. Okay? Let's get this word action.
Action, it says cause or grounds for a lawsuit. This is action in the noun. You want the verb?
Yeah, the verb. Action verb. No.
Or here.
Let's just give a definition.
Con. Action. It says the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim.
Yeah, man. You aim. All right. You. There's no camera on. But you aim to do something, man, and you work to achieve it.
Oh, here you got the synonyms making steps or measures, movement toward the goal.
Yeah, activity. Work, effort. That's really what it is. Effort. All right. Putting in effort to correct your or putting in effort, basically, man. And in this sense, effort to change yourself, to correct yourself and measure. Go ahead. And this.
So back in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5, it says, know ye not your own selves, how that Yahushua HaMashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates?
Yeah, man. We have Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on our side. That's the ultimate, win. But many are called and few are chosen. So if you're not examining yourself, if you're not constantly scrutinizing, you know, and if you don't really want it at the end of the day, then you're not going to get it. You got to really want this, okay? And hey, get your sewing kit out, man, and go to work on them sores, man. Go to work on them cuts. Stitch yourself up. You know, I got a couple stitches I need to make on my body. You know, we all, like I said, we all hear this word. We all filter it through ourselves, and it come back out. With a task for us to do, something for another breach to close up. All right, another thing that we need to work on to strive for greatness, to strive to be perfect. All right, we're not gonna get it all right, but that's where the Most High does have His grace. That's where He does have His mercy. All right, and to be true, be sincere, and give a fervent effort. And you'll be all right. You got anything else?
No.
All right, so Lord's will, this was edifying. With that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are enduring in truth and sincerity, the men, the women, the children who follow. Shalom.
Shalom.